What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. My Wednesday morningers, congratulations. You made it through hump day, or you made it to hump day. Tuesday morningers or Tuesday nighters, actually, get a good rest. Tomorrow, the countdown begins. Y'all know hump day is when we start counting down to the weekend. I'm very excited because I'm about to go to NYC to cover the Diddy trial, so my week is going to be jam-packed. Anyways, enough about me. I have a great show set up for you guys today. I got 3 breaking stories. I won't even have lead stories today. I got 3 breaking stories. Diddy will quietly be getting out of jail this Thursday, allegedly. I told you about that yesterday. I got some more information. Plus, Young Miami pens a letter to the judge to release Diddy and send him home immediately. In our second breaking story, R&B artist or rapper D4vd Flees his home and he is on the run. Feds are looking for him and can't find him. Also, Jimmy Kimmel breaks his silence as he returns to his show, although Sinclair still refuses to air the Jimmy Kimmel live return. We'll break that down for you. In quick news, we're going to talk Cardi B, Offset, Shaquille O'Neal, Sophie Rain, Bhad Bhabie, Elon Musk, Trump, Tylenol, Ice Spice, and Keke Palmer. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion of the day, question of the day, and comments of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. Yeah, baby. I got a good show for y'all, man. Let's go. All right, our first breaking story, Diddy. All right, before I get into Diddy, just want to give us a little shout out here at the Trent Out Loud show. In yesterday's episode, I gave you guys a preview of what was going to happen today. I said, listen, I know everyone's talking about Charlie Kirk's memorial, talking about Trump, etc., but be ready for a lot of Diddy news to come. I told you guys that. I told you about the court that he's having Thursday, which a lot of people are not talking about. I told you about his team still speaking to Trump, still trying to get him out. And I told you that Diddy will be in the headlines. At that point, I couldn't tell you exactly what I meant. But if you follow us on the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram, you will see at around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, around like 1 a.m., we posted the Young Miami letter and the sentencing report and all the other supporting letters that the team Diddy sent to the judge. Now, to toot our own horns again, we had this confirmed, we were the first page, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever, to show you guys the Young Miami letter. All right, you could check the timestamps, go to our Instagram, you can check the timestamps. We were the first. A bunch of blogs and other those sites posted them after us. So shout out to the Trent Out Loud team and more importantly, shout out to the plug. When I tell you guys I got sources, and when I tell you guys I got plug and I got the plug, y'all believe me, all right? I got the Diddy plug, I got everyone's plug, man. We are your source, all right? Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go over the Young Miami letter and what's happening October the 3rd, but I'm telling you, just like I was right yesterday, I'll be heading down to New York tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing a live from outside the courthouse. The judge has called Diddy and his entire team back to the court on Thursday for his ruling on Motion 29. Now, I will not read the motion again. I read it yesterday. You guys could check out yesterday's episode. But in summary, it is his ruling from what his defense team put in before the jury got the case, which is they do not feel like the government put on some sufficient evidence for them to get a conviction. They don't think it should even have gone to the jury. The judge is going to rule on that on Thursday. And like I said to you, he could just rule it and send back a letter and say denied. He's bringing everybody back in court and Diddy's got to be present. Why would he be bringing us all back in there? The news, the lawyers, his family, all of that stuff. Why do all that if it wasn't something major? Now, I told you guys yesterday, allegedly, Diddy doesn't even want to get to the sentencing. His team doesn't want to get him to the sentencing. He's been working very, very hard to be like, hey, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Trump team, you want to help me with this? Maybe when I get out, I can help you. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Allegedly. And it's like, yo, please help me out with this. I'm going to be sentenced October the 3rd. I don't want to get sentenced. And again, I'll just repeat it quickly. I said this yesterday. The reason why he doesn't want to get sentenced is that Diddy has made it through his whole entire life. I think he's 55, 56 now, and he does not have a criminal record. Even if he gets convicted and gets let out of jail, he'll have probation, he'll have a record, and he doesn't want that stain. Diddy wants to be back in his billionaire status. He wants to be back in those elite circles. He wants to travel. He wants to do all of that stuff. So ultimately, the man wants to get let out of jail, obviously. So they're still, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about, they're still working on the sentencing, which will be October the 3rd, but there's still a huge push. And like I said, allegedly, a very big chance that Diddy will be let out of jail this Thursday. And again, you heard it here first. We'll be doing lives Wednesday. Once I get to New York, I'll be able to get some more information. Y'all know I got people there on the ground. Thursday, I'll do a live in the morning before court. If I'm not mistaken, I just got the text. I think court starts at 11, so I may not have to get there super, super early, but I still, just to make sure that everything is good, I'll maybe do a live around 7 or 8. Court will be at 11, and then I'll come out as soon as we're done. And we will see if Diddy will be able to pull his strings and grant his wish and get out of jail and get out of this case unscathed. We, the normal people, look at it like, bro, you beat the RICO, you beat SEX trafficking, force, fraud, and coercion. It's just the Mann Act. If you get out of time served, be happy for everything that you went through. And I'm sure he is. But again, this is Diddy. This is, Mr. Teflon Don, Mr. Untouchable in his head. He is continually trying to fight to not even have this blemish on his record. And if I could, even if he doesn't get out on Thursday and he gets his sentencing October the 3rd, and let's say he gets out with time served or what his team is asking for 14 months, he has to spend another 3 months, he's still going to try to get Trump to give him a pardon, because when you get a pardon, you don't have a record. Diddy does not want a blemish on his record. That is the inside scoop and inside information from the Trend Out Loud show. Okay, that's one. Two, again, like I said, we're the first to post this. Shout out to the plug. Young Miami pens letter to judge for Diddy. Not a danger or a threat to the community. He belongs at home. Okay, now I'm going to post up the letter here. I'm going to read a couple of highlights from it, but first I'm going to read the caption. Sean Diddy Combs' legal team submitted his sentencing memo last night recommending a 14-month term. They argue that Combs has already been adequately punished, noting he spent 13 months under harsh conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, where he also became sober for the first time in 25 years. The memo highlighted a program Combs created while incarcerated called Free Game with Diddy, a 6-week course aimed at teaching fellow inmates core skills in business management, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. His attorneys also included multiple character reference letters in the 182-page filing with submissions from his mother, son, and other family members, including Young Miami. While most were kept private, one public exhibit contained 15 pages of letters, including one from his longtime writing partner who worked with him between 1997 and 2016. Okay, so if you want to read the whole thing, again, go to the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. I pulled some highlights here for you guys. Her letter says, I want to be clear that I cannot speak or defend anything that may have happened before I met Sean Combs. I do not condone any wrongdoing. So she's, hey, Cassie, Jane Doe, all that, that's before me. I can only talk to you about since I met him. For 3 of those years, I was in a public relationship with Sean, and during that time, I witnessed and came to know a different person than the one often portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was loving, genuine, supportive, and always encouraging. He motivated me, believed in me, and helped me grow both personally and professionally. He helped me shape both personal and professionally. Sorry, I don't know why that's repeated. He believed in me, pushed me to grow, and taught me how to be a better businesswoman. One of the most meaningful memories was when he took me to my first Met Gala. It wasn't just about the event, it was about what it represented. Sean has always made it a priority to open doors for Black people, to make sure we are seen, heard, and valued in spaces where we have historically been excluded. That night reminded me that we belong in every room, at every table, and in every conversation. He's constantly encouraging me and so many others to dream big, walk in confidence, and never shrink who we are to make others uncomfortable. Just a little side note. Diddy's team in their closing arguments and a bit during trial really played on the government being actively bringing a case that had no merit against a black billionaire, a black man, somebody who's trying to be good in their community. And that was because Maureen Comey and her 6 other lawyers that were there from the government were all white. So Diddy's team successfully made this into a little bit of a race thing. And that's why Young Miami is highlighting this in this letter. Don't think for one second that any of these letters were not vetted and gone through by Diddy's legal team. And every single person, they said, hey, can you just mention this? His mom, can you do this, etc. So this was Young Miami's part, okay? He also gave me, this is very important, he also gave me a voice. He provided me a platform on his network to speak for the culture and connect with people in a way that was real and authentic. The opportunity changed the direction of my career and showed me the impact one person could have when they choose to uplift others. Now, that line, he also gave me a voice. He provided me a platform on his network to speak. She's talking about her podcast, Carisha Please, that was on Revolt. Now, the government tried to make Diddy seem like he was a person who wanted to silence his girlfriends, who wanted to demean them, who was, this overbearing, overprotective, you are just here for freak offs, Diddy. So having somebody who was like, hey, I was in a public relationship with this man for 3 years. He empowered me. He brought me places. He uplifted me. He uplifted my voice. That holds weight if the judge believes it. I've also witnessed him doing real inner work. He made the choices to check himself into anger management, start therapy, and commit to physical healing through therapy. That takes strength, humility, and self-awareness. He didn't do it for show. He did it because he wanted to grow and to become a better person. Now, is she alluding to the fact that he did this over the year that he's been incarcerated? Because that would be for show. It's not like, he did this while you guys were together before he got arrested. From what I know, I don't think there was any anger management prior. So this to me seems, I wouldn't have put this in a letter. And especially I wouldn't have put the line like he didn't do this for show. Really? So what did he do it for? And why didn't he do it years before when he was with Cassie? In my personal experience, Sean is not a danger or a threat to the community. I truly believe that he belongs at home with his family. The person who meant the most to him and continues to be his greatest source of purpose and strength, his family. So, of course, the reason why this is getting so much attention, and even the reason why we had access to all the letters, and that's why I was like, we need to post this Young Miami, is that we all know that she was the latest person with Diddy. We all know that a lot of this, what we've all speculated, this all happened because Diddy was giving Young Miami all of the things that he promised Cassie and never gave to Cassie, all of the things that he promised Jane Doe and never gave to Jane Doe. You saw, Young Miami getting her own podcast, being beside him, being at award shows, being at the Met Gala. Let's also just be fair. He took Cassie to the Met Gala too. There's pictures of that. But, it's alleged that Cassie was like, oh, okay, you want to do this now? Okay, boom, civil lawsuit. Okay, and then, gets Jane going, et cetera, et cetera. So with all that said, we haven't heard Young Miami say too much. We didn't know if she was going to support him or what was going on. From this letter, it seems that, I don't know if they're necessarily in contact or their relationship is still intact. That I don't really think. But I think more it's safe to say that they still maintained their relationship, at least on a friendship basis, and she's willing to, put her name out there for him. So I guess that's a good sign for Diddy. And I also think too that she's not dumb, right? She could check the temperature and read the room. 6 months ago or during the trial, I don't think she would have come out, but there's been a lot of people that have changed their mind with Diddy, and she's not going to get dragged for this. Of course, there are still some people that don't like Diddy. There's some people that think that he should spend a lot of time in jail. But, most of that is, hey, we saw what he did to Cassie, and what the court presented, was pretty much underwhelming. For what we've seen in all of these civil cases, it was pretty underwhelming. Just even in my comment section alone, you'll see just from yesterday's video, you see a bunch of free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. It's time to let him out. So, she could read the room, her lawyers could read the room and say, hey, it's we feel like you won't get that much backlash if you support him. Okay. So that is Diddy. I did see Melva in the comment section saying, enough with Diddy, let's move on now. And I get it, but hey, like I said, this is going to be a Diddy week, and the next week will be a Diddy week. And it's my job to report what is going on, all right? So I will be in New York, give you guys some lives, and of course, I will still follow up on everything else that is going on. Before I let you go, just want to show you here are all the other letters. You'll see, Janice Combs, Dallas Austin, Justin Combs, Quincy Brown, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people have sent letters in. And then also here, this is the table of context for if he doesn't get let out this Thursday on October the 3rd, what his defense team will be saying to the judge in sentencing. They're talking about his father not being there, the mom. Like, again, you could pause this and look at, this is their defense package. This is just a table of contents. It looks like it's going to be all day long, probably. I'll be sitting through the whole thing. I'll give you guys notes and we'll see what the judge says. All right. So that brings you up to speed on everything Diddy. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Our second breaking story. D4vd Flees rental home after raid in the young lady's unaliving. Lease broken, tour has been canceled. Okay, I told you guys yesterday that I was going to do my best to keep you guys up to date with everything that's going on with David. And today we have a breaking story with David. All right. So it's very hard to talk about the situation because of, the girl's age. She was 15. So I'm going to have to kind of say the kind of words that I cannot say or whatever, but I'll try to do my best and bring you guys up to date. Now, sorry, before actually, let me read and then I'll let you know what I've heard behind the scenes, because apparently they can't find him right now. That's the more of the story, but let me read this. Here are some details. 20-year-old singer David abruptly broke his $20,000 a month lease on his 4-bedroom Hollywood Hills rental property just days after his home was raided by police on September the 17th, 2025, in connection with the discovery of the lady or the girl in the front trunk of his Tesla that was registered to him. Okay, let me skip that. Y'all know about the remains, etc. During the raid, LAPD seized a laptop. This was important. During the raid, LAPD seized a laptop and several electronic devices. Evidence gathered is currently under analysis. David has canceled his North American tour and paused his upcoming album release amid ongoing probe. Days after the disturbing discovery of the person in his Tesla, David canceled his tour and, okay, sorry, this is just repeating. Police raided the property. Okay, that's repeating. So let me give you a little bit more details of the break of the lease, and then I will give you guys the tea, okay? The Sun reports that David left the Hollywood Hills home mansion, which was being rented through his manager. They were renting for $20,000 a month. That was started in February 2024 after the home was raided by police September the 17th. During the raid, officers collected potential evidence from the property, and the lease was suddenly broken as the singer and manager moved out. The singer had been living in the $3.6 million home that had been rented by his manager, Josh Marshall. But the person who was renting it to him claimed that Marshall asked him to end the lease, and this was reported by the Mail. The agreement began February 2024, around 2 months before the young lady was last seen. Okay, Marshall said Marshall said to have already started U-hauling his and David's belonging out the home. Okay, keep note of that. The homeowner said they didn't want to be there anymore. He believes the pair was moving out this week. The homeowner also previously told Rolling Stones magazine that he was shocked after cops carried out a raid in his home. He said that he was informed about the developments by his real estate manager. He said, until then, I had no idea what had been happening at the house and what was going on with David and the missing person. The homeowner emphasized that he didn't even know who David was. After searching the home on September the 17th, cops were searching for potential evidence. One of the offers were seen carrying out what looked like a computer screen, according to footage shared by ABC. Several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days, the Los Angeles Police Department said. This is an ongoing investigation. Investigators are following up on several leads. Okay, so that is what is in the news, ABC. Let me tell y'all the real tea, all right? I told y'all at the beginning of the show, I got sources, I got people on the ground, all right? Here's the plug. Now, yesterday, I let you guys know something that was a little suspicious. David, right now, is not a suspect. He's not a suspect. They got a warrant. Getting a warrant from a judge, all you have to do is show probable cause. What's probable cause? We found a Tesla. We found somebody in the Tesla. The Tesla was owned by David. We have evidence that they may or may not have been together. We have some things of them online. We want to search his home. Okay, that's enough evidence to search his home, but it's not enough evidence to charge him or officially register him as a suspect. I also told you guys yesterday that David is no longer cooperating with the police, and I feel like that is advice under his lawyer. Is that grounds that he is guilty? No, because if you get arrested, the Miranda rights are you have the right to remain silent. So he should, because anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. So he is not working with the police. Now, here is the thing. David, I got to make sure I'm saying this carefully. David knows what's going on, right? He knows in his head. He knows if he's guilty or not. He knows now that the cops were able to get the search warrant and the things that they have seized. He knows what they're going to find. And I also told you yesterday, they're also looking for blood and hair samples. They feel like the unaliving could have happened in the home, and then he brought her to the Tesla and then to the scrapyard. But the cops have to prove that. The fact that he is not a suspect, the police cannot stop him from traveling. They cannot legally follow him, tail him, keep an eye on him. So what I've been hearing is that while they gather evidence, they have been allegedly keeping an eye on him. And after this raid and after what they took and seized, allegedly, David took it upon himself to start moving around. Because he knows once he becomes an official suspect or charge, then he won't be able to move around. So allegedly, maybe David is going to a place or maybe traveling to a place that has no extradition. That's all I'm going to say for now. David's on the move. And from what I've heard, the cops may have been, like I said, making sure that he was around the area, even though they're not allowed to, but they allegedly were. And he got wind of this. And now he is like, yo, before it all comes down, I'm a move before they make me a suspect, before they charge me. So as of right now, as I'm recording this, the feds and the police don't know where he is, and he's on the move and maybe going to a place that will be very, very hard to get him once they have the evidence enough to convict him. That is up to date at what's going on. This is going to be a huge, huge story. I don't know if it would be like Diddy level, but if he gets charged and just goes to court, this is like the biggest thing that's literally going on the internet right now. So that is the latest. I will let you guys know, even though I will not be having a recorded show tomorrow or Thursday, I will go live and do the Diddy thing, and I'll also go live and keep you guys up to this. I want to give you guys information daily on what's going on with David. All right. That is it. Comment below and let me know what y'all think. All right, our third breaking story. Opened the wrong thing. Jimmy will say what Jimmy wants to say. All right, so as you all know, depending when you see this, it will come out actually before, but Tuesday night, I think 11:30, Jimmy Kimmel is back. No B. Jimmy Kimmel is back. He is going to make his anticipated debut, and of course, the first time he's breaking his silence about being suspended by ABC, Sinclair, the FCC, i.e. Donald Trump, okay? we all know that this suspension was lifted off because ABC had so much pressure from the other side. They felt like the pressure from Sinclair and Nextel and Trump was bad. No, they lost close to $4 billion in market share. 400 celebrities signed a letter, and the people spoke loud and clear about free speech, and they were losing subscribers. They were losing everything. And Jimmy, I assume, will be able to come back however he wants to. Now, I think Jimmy's a nice person, and he's probably going to still address this. He's probably still going to say, you know what, Tyler Robinson wasn't MAGA, and I said that on a Monday episode before getting information. That was wrong of me because there is no evidence that he was a right-wing MAGA radical, et cetera, and I think he'll retract that because it is fair. I think he'll still make a joke about Trump, not grieving, and I think that construction joke, because I think that was funny, contrary to what Stephen A. Smith might think. So yeah, I think that he'll walk that line. I think he'll do it right, and I think he'll be funny. He's a comedian. So that's the first thing. All right. According to Deadline, Jimmy Kimmel will return to Jimmy Kimmel Live on Tuesday after negotiating with NBC executives that concluded Monday morning. The agreement reached was in Jimmy Kimmel's favor, which one source says Jimmy will say what Jimmy wants to say about the show tomorrow. Is there anything more here? Jimmy Kimmel is expected to speak freely following the suspension. Okay, I thought there was a little bit more. Okay, now, when this happened yesterday, I told you about it. I think it broke like an hour, and then I let you guys know. A couple hours later, it came out that Sinclair and also Nexstar are still going to stand their ground and not broadcast it to their affiliate station. So whatever markets they broadcast ABC at will not see Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight, but ABC National will. So depending on what market you win, you'll see it or will not see it. Sinclair had said to Jimmy that for them to broadcast his show, they want an apology and they want a donation to Turning Point USA, which is Charlie Kirk's foundation. Now, I don't know if he'll make I'm just guessing here. I don't know if he'll make a donation, but I won't put it past Jimmy to maybe apologize to the Kirk family. And I feel like that might seem like it's him at least listening to the noise, and it will put some pressure on Sinclair and the people who are in those markets to be like, listen, he apologized. We don't need him to make the donation, but we'll see how it goes from there. Sinclair Broadcasting will not air Jimmy's show when he returns. After ABC and Disney announced they reached an agreement with Jimmy Kimmel to bring him back after taking him off the air, one broadcasting group says his show will not air on their ABC affiliate stations. Sinclair Broadcasting Group, a conservative broadcast company owning 39 ABC affiliate stations nationwide, including Washington, D.C., ABC stations, has announced it will not air Jimmy Kimmel's show when ABC brings it back Tuesday, September the 23rd. Sinclair said it will preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live across its stations, substituting it with local news while talks with ABC about the show's return are still ongoing. Sinclair originally demanded that Jimmy apologize for remarks they deemed disrespectful to the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk, and also asked him to make a generous donation to Turning Point USA. This means viewers in major markets served by Sinclair ABC stations will not be able to see Jimmy's show on their channel for now. So there you have it. What was I going to say? Oh, it's funny that they're making this seem like it's really all about Charlie and what they want to do, when we all know that it's the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, that went on a podcast and was like, yo, you can do this the easy way or the hard way. Like, we don't like what he said. And by we, Brendan Carr means Donald Trump. So Sinclair and Nextel are trying to do a $6.3 billion deal to buy Topanga, and they need FCC approval. And FCC and Donald Trump are like, you want your approval? Don't play Jimmy. So this is what it is. So we'll see how long Sinclair and Nexstar hold their ground. You know, how many people in those markets are going to stay or not complain? And will it be worth buying Topanga when nobody wants to watch your stations and now you're owning more stations? And it's 2025. People have Google. They'll find out Topanga and what stations and not support it. Like, you know, you're talking about a nation here. And you saw what the people just did for Jimmy. They will get together and crush your whole thing. So you want to buy Topanga and the FCC gives you permission to do it because you're listening to Donald Trump? Okay, well, who's going to tune in and watch it? You know, we shall see how all this goes down. And, you know, I told you guys yesterday that Jimmy was lawyering up, and ABC knew that they were going to lose any lawsuit that Jimmy would have brought towards them because Donald Trump had been saying that he wants Jimmy off the air, and Brendan Carr went on a podcast and said, you could do this the easy way or the hard way. You don't even need a big-time lawyer. You could have brought me up there and I could presented the case, and that's a violation to the First Amendment. That's not how the FCC and the president and this nation is supposed to run. So Jimmy would have been awarded all the money. That's why ABC had to give him back his show, and that's why tonight he can say whatever he wants. So that's it for Jimmy. Like I told you, there was a lot to give you guys, to bring you guys up to date on Diddy, David, and Jimmy, man. I tell you, it is a week, but I love doing all this. So that is it for our breaking news. Let me know what you think about Diddy, David, and Jimmy all together. Try to comment before you see Jimmy's show tonight. What do you think? What's he going to say? What's going to happen? It's craziness, man. I think he walks the line, and he's a good dude, man. I think he's going to walk the line and he's going to do the right thing. And Sinclair, Nextel are going to have no choice but to bring his show back and put pressure on Brendan Carr and Donald Trump. That's my prediction. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Sorry. All right, our first quick story. Cardi B, who's pregnant, talks divorce drama. Offset wants her homes plus his tax bill paid to end things. All right, a lot of people are wondering, oh, you're pregnant and you're still married and you have a boyfriend. Like, what's going on? Well, Cardi's finally addressed that. Here is the tea. Cardi B says she's expecting baby number 4, this time with Stephon Diggs, but her divorce from Offset still stuck. Why? Because Offset is reportedly demanding one of her homes and that she pay his tax bills. She's not budging. She told fans she gave 7 years, made things work, but she's not handing over the keys and picking up the tab just to move on. Are you team Cardi for her fighting for her peace, or are we watching her bounce off another hurdle? Drop your thoughts. All right, that last sentence was a little weird. But hey, we posted that, so I'll stick by it. Here is Cardi. Take a listen.
Yes, I'm having a baby with somebody else. So what? That happens. It's life. Let me tell you something. I did things the correct way the first time. I fell in love. I got 2 rings in my finger. I lasted 7 years. 7 years that I didn't have to last with somebody with. I lasted 7 years in a marriage. Stop saying, "Oh, but you're still married." No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties.
I remember a couple of months ago reporting to you that Offset wanted spousal support, and Offset being difficult. Look, I'm not married. I don't have kids, so don't take it from me. But I think if I was ever in that situation, being the man in that situation, I would just be like, "Yo, you want a divorce? I would." Bye. I don't want your house. I don't want you paying my tax bill. I don't want to pay nothing. Like, bye. But at the same time, you could tell how hurt Offset is. You could tell the pain and the fact that he wants his girl back. I can also tell that I still think Cardi is, I don't want to say like not physically in love with him, but still has love for him. Like that's the father of her 3 children. You know what I mean? Like I could tell how she's moving. She's just mad at him, and she has every right because like this guy was ridiculous to her, right? So I see both sides, but yo, Offset, if you see this, anybody on this team, bro, like, you know, you got to man up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man up, do the right thing. She wants a divorce. Let the divorce go. Leave her with her houses. Pay your own tax bill. You have your own album out. Go on tour. And what will be, will be. You know what I'm saying? Let cooler heads prevail. I don't know if you could rekindle this after she's having another child with somebody else. Who knows? You've known people that have done it, but we shall see. But anyways, more importantly, now knowing some more information that Offset is holding these things up, do you still feel the same way? And do you think that Cardi should have stopped her whole life to wait to get officially divorced before getting pregnant and moving on? Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Our second quick story. Shaquille O'Neal in the club with OnlyFans star Sophie Rain. Too old for this or legendary status? So here's something. Shaquille O'Neal hit up Sophie Rain's 21st birthday party in Vegas and became the DJ. Sophie by his side, dancing, cameras rolling, everyone watching. Is it harmless celeb fun, or is Shaq stepping into an arena folks didn't expect him to be in? Either way, this moment got people talking. Loyalty, optics, reputation, all in the mix. What is your take? Fun cameo or something more? Look, Shaq, bro, you better be careful, man. You heard what happened, or you saw what happened to, oh my God, Shannon Sharp. You know, that's what everyone is saying, like, bro, just settle down. And nobody's saying that this is a Shannon Sharp situation at all, but, you know, even you guys see, like, the picture that we put up there, like, I don't know, man. If I were Shaq, I'd be careful. You know, I've met Shaq a couple of times. He used to come up to Toronto for Caravana all the time. I actually used to date a girl that her best friend used to date Shaq. She was up in the apartment all the time and everything. And Shaq likes to have fun. Shaq likes to have fun. And Shaq's got a reputation. So I don't know if I wouldn't have gone to the party if I were him in this climate with things going on. I wouldn't have been in there if I were him. But hey, Shaq's gonna do what Shaq's gonna do. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, our third quick story. Bhad Bhabie said her baby daddy put hands on her over 500 times, and she's still taking him back. Bhad Bhabie is stirring up heartbreak and confusion all at once. After accusing her baby daddy of putting hands on her, she gave photos, etc., etc. She said that she was done, yet pics and PDA hints of them getting back together again. She posted a video of herself clinging to his SUV. That's wrong because he posted that video, screaming, and later declared, "I swear on everything I love, I'm not dealing with this man no more again." But signs of the chaos ain't over. Is this toxic love or damage control? And what about her healing, her voice, her safety? What's real hurt? What's impossible? Repeat heartbreak. Accountability or forgiveness? Here is a video of him giving her flowers at her house. Take a listen.
Heavy, I just broke my back.
Bro, you cannot treat me like and buy me a couple plants and think that I'm about to like no, bro. I get it.
You can't even pick it up.
She's so happy, Levon. Look at her.
I've said this repeatedly. Be careful of guys that gives girls flowers. I'm just saying, like, yo, that is like these like, oh, let me just give you flowers to make up for this. Oh, let me buy you things to make up for this. Yo, that is like, whenever I hear that, that's the worst. I'm telling you. I have backtracked a little and said, yo, if that's really something that somebody likes, if it's really, you know, if that really is something that some people receive that as their love language, fine. But I'm telling you, that flowers thing, I have a negative connotation because I know a lot of dudes who've done a lot of reckless things. And that's when they're like, oh, I'm going to come with flowers. And girls are like, oh, flowers. Be wary of those men. Trust me. Okay. Quality time. That is something that is there's no value, but that is something that can't be faked. That is something that's real. That's real tangibleness. That's love, not buying you stuff. Anyways, let me know what you think about Bhad Bhabie in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. Elon Musk's father, Elon Musk, accused of SA of his own offspring and his step offspring. Sorry, I got to be very careful of what I say. I told you guys I got 2 flags on YouTube. All right, let me weave around this. I'm sure you guys get the point anyways. The man who fathered one of the world's most talked about tech moguls is now at the center of a firestorm of his own. Elon Musk, who is 79 years old, father of tech billionaire Elon Musk, is being hit with some serious accusations. He's being accused of SA 5 of, I told you already, blah, blah, in New York since 1993. The accusations laid out in the New York Times report ain't fresh news to his family. They trace back to 1993 when Earl's, I don't want to read this, there were some accusations by somebody, okay? A decade later, that person claimed she caught him near a drawer that has some clothes that you wear underneath your clothes, and he was sniffing around, okay? Now, this isn't just a one-time thing. The allegations said to include 3 other people altogether. According to the Times, 3 separate law enforcement investigations were launched, but it's a cold case for the most part. 2 of the inquiries went nowhere, and the outcome of the 3rd is still a mystery. Gross. I don't even like talking about these things, but it's picked up steam, so I want to let you guys know about it. Of course, this is picking up more headlines because it's Elon Musk. Elon Musk hasn't said anything about it yet. If he does, I will let you guys know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our 5th quick story. Trump says Cubans have no autism because they don't use Tylenol. They don't have money for Tylenol. At a controversial press conference, Donald Trump claimed that Cuba has almost no autism since, according to him, they don't use Tylenol. He urged pregnant women to avoid it unless absolutely necessary, but medical research begs to differ. Experts warn there is no proof tying Tylenol used during pregnancy directly to autism, and calling out these communities by names have some calling it irresponsible and harmful. Is it just alarmist rhetoric or dangerous flirtation with misinformation? No, it's him trying to distract from the Epstein files. Do you guys notice that for the past 2 weeks since the Epstein files were at its height, there hasn't been a day of no news? There was the Ukrainian woman on the train. As soon as that started dying down, boom, Charlie Kirk. As soon as that died down, it was, okay, we're going to talk about Tylenol. And he said it at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Tomorrow, we're going to give you guys some breaking news about autism. Why are you saying that at a eulogy? But he knows that after the memorial, you weren't going to hear much. So it's oh gosh, people are going to start talking about the Epstein file. Boom. Yo, pregnant ladies, don't use Tylenol. He's crazy, yo. Or some people call him brilliant. Here is a little clip. Take a listen.
This country is going through what parts of the world are going through. And I will say there are parts of the world that don't take Tylenol. I mean, there's a rumor, and I don't know if it's so or not, that Cuba, they don't have Tylenol because they don't have the money for Tylenol, and they have virtually no autism.
Just to know, I know somebody who is Cuban, and she sent me a text, and I would like to share this. Cuba is also the country with the most doctors per citizen in the world. All right. So, Mr. Trump team, yo, watch it, what you say about Cubans. All right. Cuba, with the most doctors, number of doctors per 10,000 people, 92.42. And the next one after that is Morocco. Not even a close second. Morocco has 86 per 10,000 people. Cuba has 95. So take that. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our 6th quick story. Cardi B says, F your approval. Yo, chooses baby over industry, deciding not to get rid of Diggs' kid. All right. I don't know if I could say that word. I am so scared of what I could say on YouTube. Crazy. Sorry, hold on. This thing just froze here. All right, I'm gonna get to the details in 1 second. I'm so comfortable with y'all. Let me just look at me just taking time, not editing. By the way, let me know if you guys are liking this more kind of like live feel instead of everything being like cut if I make a mistake or whatever. I'm looking for something in my phone. Streaming is big right now, and I think people just more prefer authenticity. So I'm trying to give you guys that. Let me know in the comment section below if you like it. All right. Cardi B made it clear she's staying firm on her decision to have her fourth baby, despite critics who claim she's not ready for more motherhood. She recently said she's keeping her pregnancy news under wraps at first so she can handle business, make sure the baby is healthy, and control the moment on her own terms. Cardi also reacted to people saying her pregnancy would harm her career or her upcoming album or tour. She says, strong, powerful, and that's nothing that can stop her hustle. Can't understand that. They said I wasn't ready. They said it would break my vibe. But here's the truth. Cardi B is pregnant and in beast mode, taking no breaks, and she's refusing to hide or dim her light. She chose when to reveal her fourth pregnancy because she wanted control. She said the baby was healthy and she wouldn't let tweets, rumors, or haters shake her. Motherhood isn't just a chapter for her. It's a headline. Are you with her or are you watching from the sidelines? All right. Here is Cardi B talking about her decision and why she made it. Take a listen.
When it's time to tour, my newborn is going to be great. Me and my baby dad, my new baby dad, I guess, whatever, we always speak about how things are going to be when we have a baby. This is not just a thing that is that, oh, I'm having a baby by myself. I'm having a baby with somebody. And I told them the expectations that I want. Hey, listen, I want somebody that's there for my baby. I know you have a busy schedule. We both got busy schedules. This is what I want. And we, WE, decided to keep this baby. Okay?
Y'all remember Lauryn Hill, Zion? Go listen to Lauryn Hill, Zion, when she was saying, hey, the industry told me same thing they were telling Cardi, choose your career, they said. Lauryn, baby, use your... Okay, I'm off with the melody. Lauryn, baby, use your head. And I chose to use my heart instead. And now the joy of my world is in Zion. Zion, marching, marching, marching. Trust me, that's one of my favorite songs ever. I stand with Cardi in this. Y'all know me. I'm always going to ride for the ladies and with the moms. Women are magic. Women are magic. It's just what it is. It's inexplicable how you could be growing a human inside your body and wake up and do everything that you do. And this is a perfect example. You see Cardi going to court. You see her traveling. You see her doing appearances all over New York, Philly, Atlanta. She's going to bodega. She's going in the streets. We put it up on our Instagram page. She's in malls. She's doing meet and greet, and she's doing this all pregnant. And there's thousands of women that do this every day. So the rhetoric of, oh, this is your fourth child and you shouldn't do this or whatever, that's all ridiculous. Yeah, shout out to Cardi and just y'all know I'm a big Cardi fan, but this makes me love her even more. I respect the decision. I trust Cardi to know that that she's making the decision to not wait for her divorce. It seems as if though that this was not planned, but as a result of it not being planned, she spoke with Stefan. She trusts Stefan. Stefan, I guess, made his commitment that he will be there. And she made that decision. And there's thousands of women that go through this every day. And I'm always going to be on that side because I trust moms. So shout out to Cardi, and y'all let me know. Fair to draw your own opinion and let me think if you think differently. But I'm siding with Cardi B. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our seventh quick story. I wish I had more hands because I always like to be like seventh. Fans think Keke Palmer just shot her shot at Ice Spice, and Spice says, "Yeah, I munch sometimes." Keke Palmer is stirring the pot. She asked Ice Spice if she is her type, all while Ice was all while Ice shared about being bisexual. Is it just a playful, flirty moment or the start of something bigger? Keke's no stranger to fluidity. She said before she doesn't like being labeled or boxed in, but now fans are wondering, did she just low-key shoot her shot in plain sight, or is this just for entertainment? What y'all think? All right, so let me back up because Keke asked her when she was on Ebro, her talking about being bi. So I'll play the Ebro interview and then I'll play Keke Palmer. And I don't think this is just playful. I think Keke was probably a little serious and like who knows what happened after. But hey, I'm down for it all. Let's take a listen to Ice.
I like
It's just a regular guy.
good boys and girls.
You like men and women.
Yeah.
So at times you've been a munch also then, at that, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So you sat down with Ebro and you were open about being bisexual. What was this? Why was that something that you were like, let me go ahead and tell y'all? Because you didn't have to tell us.
I didn't.
You didn't have to, but I'm glad you did. And the real question is,
I don't even remember.
am I your type?
I think you are. I think you are. Yeah. The way I stuttered.
You heard it here, guys.
Yeah.
New couple alert. New couple alert. Yo, Ice and Keke Palmer. That's a good couple. I like that. Our eighth quick story. I'm going to stop trying to do our eighth quick story. The current president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, just told the UN General Assembly that their countries are going to hell. Oh, man. Oh, Donnie. All right. Trump made a speech at the General Assembly. I'm going to play the clip for you. I'll put a little thing here that my mom sent to me today. This is a summary of Trump's UN speech. There's a little bit of sarcasm in here, but your countries all suck. Now you know, none of you know what you're doing. The US is better at everything, all because of me. Right about everything. You should listen to me and do what I say and give me lots of awards. He didn't say those things, but pretty much indirectly. Here is him saying that your countries are going to hell. Just look at the audience of people. Just know that these are leaders of countries, okay? And this is how he's talking. Take a look.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled migration.
I think the more telling thing is nobody said anything. They just sat there and took it. Look, like I said the other day, I think maybe it was yesterday, the one thing, love him or hate him, the one thing that you gotta respect about Trump is that in any room, under any circumstance, regardless the subject, Trump is going to be himself unapologetically. And I'm telling you, that's why people like him. That's why his supporters like him, because he's real. It was at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. He stood up there and I told you his speech, eulogy, whatever you want to call it. Half of the time he was talking about himself in politics and the other half he was talking about Charlie. I saw it. I think it was on CNN or Fox. They were like, he spoke for an hour. They literally marked it half and half, where everybody else talked about Charlie. But he's Trump and he's going to do and say what he feels and he doesn't care. Sometimes you got to be that way. I feel like it could be done with a little bit more tact. I feel like you could stand up and love your country and put your country first. Like I'm sure a lot of those people there would like to do. My way is to do it with a little bit more tact and a little bit more ethic. But we are all different people and we have to accept people for who they are. And if you don't, you could voice your opinion in the upcoming midterms instead of getting mad and getting frustrated and, going on blogs and commenting and this or whatever. Go out in the midterms and Democrat or independents. I mean, it'll never happen with independents for now, but Democrats, vote your Democratic leaders, vote in your districts and vote Democrat, and then he'll lose the House and lose the Senate, and everything that he wants to do, he will not be able to pass. There's only certain things that you could do on executive order, and then it could all just be shut down. The only thing that you cannot vote on is the Supreme Court, and he has that, but, change with your vote, all right? Let me know what you guys think about Trump in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to social discussion, question. No, not question. We have a separate question. Social discussion and comments of the day. And I have an update on my third vlog. You guys are going to want to stick around for my third vlog. It's so good, so good. Actually, you know what? Before we do Aura today, let's talk about vlogs. Actually, no, let's do Aura quickly. We'll get Aura out the way. I just put up a new vlog. I'm in a relationship and I don't know whose culture should guide us, members only. Just stay tuned. I'm going to tell you about that in a second, okay? Let's just get Aura out the way. We'll talk about my third vlog, membership, and then we'll go to social discussion. We have a very good social discussion today. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/TrendOutLoud to get a free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number while your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, making billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, or even stalkers. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically removing your information off of sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web. Real-time fraud alerts if your credit card, banking, social security number, cell phone address, anything is found. You get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based round-the-clock customer service to help you. And in the event that anything does go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance package, so you're protected anywhere you go or whatever you do, all right? If you've ever bought even one thing online, your information, your address, phone, everything is out there. Aura can go put out their spiders, get everything off of the web for you, and protect you from ever having any of your information get into these bad actors' hands, all right? The QR code is right beside me. Take out your phones, sign up, link below. Absolutely free, okay? There's no purchase. It's free for 14 days. They'll show you what they can do, and it's up to you if you want to continue after that. But just take my word for it. Just try it for 14 days and see the information that you have out there. It's scary and mind-blowing, all right? Done. Now, I'm very excited about memberships. I've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks. Link is below. Some of you might see, it's in the description below. Some of you might see the join button. YouTube is working on making sure everybody sees the join button. I got to my third vlog, very, very proud of myself. So what I did was the social discussion from yesterday about cultures, right? Something happened with me over the weekend with a girl, and I was like, what the heck? And I kind of got very annoyed by it. And I decided to take it to you guys. It's actually kind of funny that in memberships, when we first started, I was like, hey, I want you guys to ask me advice, and I'll give you my advice. I have a vast life, a vast experience and knowledge in business, mental health, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, we'll do run it by Trent. Nobody has sent me any questions. Fine, cool. But I think it's turned into run it by the members. I think that's what we should do. I think things that are going on in my life, I'm going to vlog, I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to run it by y'all. That, I think, is what we're going to do. Anyways, I'm going to give you a small preview. So I started out just in my car on my way to get my hair done. Shout out to Fanny. So on my way to get my hair done, I set up everything that happened over the weekend. I gave you guys some more details than I did from yesterday. Set it up. And then I went to my hairstylist. We talked about, culture, relationship, when are you, because everybody's got to, make sacrifices, but when are there too much sacrifices? Some person sacrifice more than the other. And then, do you let culture, get in the way of a relationship, or do you just find somebody from your own culture, right? So I talked with Fanny about it and her partner. And I also called my mom. I've had a really good conversation with my mom about it, actually, for like 10 minutes long. Anyways, it's all there. It's 45 minutes talking about love, talking about relationship, talking about partnership, talking about sacrifice. It's something that we have all gone through at one time or another, whether you're with somebody now or single. We have all gone through it. It's therapeutic for me. You guys know I like to deep dive. So that's really what memberships are going to be about. This will be memberships only. It will be on the page, but you will not be able to access it if you do not have a membership. So sign up to become an Out Louder. When you click the link below, you'll see different levels of membership. The first one is the basic one that you will need to get full access to everything. I think it's Out Louder, then Out Louder Family, Out Louder Proud, and then Out Louder VIP. Those other levels are just for fun. If you want to treat me to lunch, treat me to dinner, whatever, you get the same access. So it's whatever you can afford, whatever you want to send to support your boy, right? But the first one there, the Out Louder package, the first basic one, will give you access to everything. So shout out to all the members. Let me give you a quick little preview of my mom and also at Fanny. And like I said, at Fanny's, my hairstylist. Let me just go to that right now. If you're dating a guy that you have a different culture than, when do you decide whose culture takes precedent on something that you're doing?
Hi, Trent.
Hi, mommy. All right, what up, y'all? Welcome to vlog number 3. All right, so the title is, Should I End This Now? This isn't the honeymoon stage I was expecting. And then the description says, I called my mom for advice. I even asked my hairstylist. And now I'm asking you, my valued members, my Out Louder family, what do you think I should do? Over the weekend, I was out with somebody who I've been seeing for a few months and asked her to do something for me, something that I would ask my mom, sister, or even niece to do. And she said, no, girls in my culture do not do that. I was shocked and, needless to say, not impressed. I go into more details in the video, but when you do watch, please let me know what you think I should do. Should I leave now or stay? Thank you for your membership. So like I said, it's on the page. Check it out. I'm having so much fun with it. I hope you guys like it. I think there's already a couple of comments there. Let me just see here. So I slept. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm not going to read it. I'm going to keep this only to the Out Louders. You got to go. You got to get a membership. Sorry, I can't read that out. All right, sign up below, memberships. Thank you to those of you who signed up already. We're having fun, and we had already great feedback. Okay, let's get back to comments. Where are comments of the day? Here we go. First comment is from, I think it's, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm just going to say it's Faris. I hope that I'm not right. I hope I'm not wrong. She said, just described, love your vibe and awesome commentary. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I just totally butchered your name. If your name is difficult to read, y'all know already I'm dyslexic. Put your name and also please put your country and city that you're in. But thank you for your subscription. I'm not sure if you mean like membership or subscription, but like that you love the vibe and the commentary. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel or welcome to membership. And then Valerie said, yeah, I truly love your personality. You are humble and a beautiful soul. Your smile is genuinely contagious. Thank you very much, Valerie. Love when I get all that positive feedback. And the reason why I picked those comments is I just wanted to say, like, I've been working really hard this past 2 weeks. During the summer, you guys know I was, traveling, and they were making a couple of shorter vlogs, and it was the summertime, and I was kind of, I wouldn't say down, but I was just kind of a little bit in a funk. And I was talking to somebody, and they were like, yo, you are good, man. You could make it. You know what I mean? And okay, it's the summertime and you've taken some time off, but yo, you could do this, man. And you got a lot of people that really like your show, and you have a lot of, really a lot of strong support, and you need to pour into those people. Forget about everything else and just pour into those people. And I already told her, I love her for that, man. Thank you for that. And it's just really have put this battery in my back. That's why I'm posting so much on Instagram, and I'm working so hard, and the memberships, and just I have a new lease on this. And I say all of that to say, when I see comments like this, I feel like you guys are feeling my energy. It's not just my words. Yeah, I'm talking about Diddy, I'm talking about David, I'm talking about whatever, but through the celebrity talk and through whatever it is that I'm talking about, I love that you could feel my genuineness. And I really genuinely just love being able to entertain you guys and make you think, or, just inform you guys and just be part of your day. So thank you, man. Thank you for that. And I love hearing those comments. Whew, getting a little emotional. I think I got goosebumps. All right. That is comments. Social discussion is. All right. Social discussion. What makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? Not having Christ in their life. Okay, some people might think so. The real wealth is peace, love, and self-respect. Lack of true connection, relationship with God. Love you all. Another person said compassion. The pursuit of a perfect life and comparing themselves to others. Hold on. What makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? What makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? The pursuit of a perfect life and comparing themselves to others. I really like that line. The pursuit of a perfect life. It's true, huh? You're happy. What makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? Because they're trying to pursue perfection. I really like that line. That really hit me. No genuine connection. People seem to have it all, yet remain unhappy because things don't fill the soul. Possessive, sorry, I don't know what that word is here. Amplifying emptiness when purpose is absent. Joy is never about accumulation, it's about alignment. Without meaning, success becomes a louder emptiness, not fulfillment. Somebody else here said unhealing, lack of love, pretending. Whew, that's big. Pretending. It only seems that way to you. Much of what we have lets us down, so it's like we don't have anything at all. It only seems that way to you. Much of what we have lets us down, so it's not like we don't have even anything at all. Y'all are getting deep here, man. Somebody says that's what Will Smith is saying. I remember when he said that. An unhealed person, not having love, loneliness. I feel that. Self-happiness. I really like this. Lack of peace. All right, so what makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? It's such a good question. By the way, guys, I try to, I know the questions, but I try not to think about it until I'm here with you guys. So sometimes, I like to really just think about before I say something or read a question over. So, I don't like to prepare stuff. So, what makes people unhappy even when they seem to have it all? I feel like it's such a loaded question because I think the word here that's so important is seem to have it all. They seem to have it all, but they know they don't have it all because what's having it all? That's why it's such a hard question because I think it's the pursuit of thinking you'll be happy when you have it all. That's what's unhappy. Thinking that you can have it all is what makes you unhappy, is what I'm trying to say. My psychologist had me read a book once. It was something along the lines of the unhappiness pursuit, or the fact that if you try to live a life to try to have it all and try to be happy and to try to that's impossible to obtain. You have to be realistic. So my answer is, in the pursuit of perfection and the pursuit of trying to have everything will ultimately make you unhappy because you cannot have everything and everything can be perfect. That is why I always say a relationship with your parents, a relationship with your family, a relationship with your partner, all of those things are imperfect, but will always be fulfilling and will always make you happy because love is always at the groundwork and of everything. That makes sense? I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes when I get too deep in things, I don't make sense, but trying to pursue anything material that will make you happy will always make you unhappy. But if you pursue, we all got to go out and work, right? You got to pay your bills, you got to eat, you do whatever, blah, blah, blah. And whatever level you are at with that, that's fine. But if you think that that pursuit is going to make you happy, you'll end up unhappy. But if you pursue a relationship with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your partners, to get married, be in a relationship, have kids, that pursuit will never make you unhappy. You think you'll ever be unhappy trying to build a family with somebody? That will never make you unhappy. That is what I'm trying to say. It's a pursuit of the wrong thing is my answer. Whew, I think I got that out. All right. Let me know what you think about social discussion and everything in the comment section below. All right. Brings us to the question of the day. If your child wanted to quit college to chase their dream, would you support it? First person said, finish college first. Your dreams are obtainable at any time. Not after I took these loans out. Baby, you should have thought about that earlier. That's funny. You don't need college for education, and I'm a person with multiple degrees. I've made way more income working for myself than any job would have ever paid me with these degrees. Depends on what the dream is. To be a firefighter or a flight attendant, sure, but to be an OnlyFans model or rapper, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You will get a college degree no matter what. That could be community college at night. I don't care, but you need a degree. Yes, everybody has their own journey. I would support them, give them input on how to achieve and maintain their goals. At least they know what they want and why the next step should be. Every job I've worked at, I've been more educated and more common sense than the people in charge. Now I work for myself and dismiss those glue eaters. To be a rapper or a YouTuber? No. All right. I like these answers. And I think, especially, there's been reports out that college degrees are less and less and less in demand and less people are going. I have another take on this. If your child wanted to quit college to chase their dreams, would you support it? So first of all, I would support my child in anything they want to do. My mom has always supported me. I talk about this in my book, and I think I've said it to you guys, where I wanted to leave. We have CEGEP in Montreal. So when I was there at that age, I was in Montreal, and they for me, I was failing, and I had to go to like a probation to get back in. And I was like, I don't even want to go back in. And my mom made me go. She drove me. And she was like, please just go in there and ask them to let you back in. I went in there. I was like, yo, I'm only here because my mom wanted me to come back here, but I don't want to. I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to just get a degree for no reason. And I spoke with the guy, and there was 4 people on the board. We had a conversation. And he said, young man, I want to go out and meet your mom. And he came outside to my mom and he said, listen, I've been doing this for 20, 25 years. And the things that Trent just said to me in this half an hour meeting, it's some of the things I've never heard anybody say. And you should trust your son. He's going to be successful and he's going to be all right. He doesn't want to come back. We're not going to let him back in. If he ever wants to, I gave him my personal number. I never went back. And I reminded my mom that when I bought her a brand new Mercedes Benz. I talk about it in my book. I'm like, Mom, I told you that guy said that I was going to be all right. And I was able to make it and be successful without a typical education. But like my mom always says and reminds me when anybody is out talking about education, she said, yes, my son doesn't necessarily have a degree, but he is still educated. I educated myself. I self-educated myself. I read over 150 business books. I studied business leaders, etc. And I got a lot of on the ground work. I built 5 unsuccessful companies before building a 6th successful company that was a national brand. So having said all of that, my answer to this is you got to know your kid. My mom wanted me to go back, but trusted that I would be okay. So as much as she wanted me to go back, she still supported me doing everything that I wanted to do. And she drove me home. She cried, but she's like, I know I could trust you. So I think you got to know your child and know their expectations and know their limitations, because some are limited and some are not. So that would be my answer. It's just not a one blanket thing. You have to go to college. Like some kids will never, for me, like I talk about this too. I was in embarkations in grade 10. I was failing and they put me into this program where you didn't have to go to a different class every day. You didn't have to go to a class every 50 minutes, We had our own classroom. The teachers came to us. We could bring in a couch. We could bring in a chair. We could do a handstand if we wanted to. And we told them what we wanted to learn and how we wanted to learn it. We dictated it. I went from failing to being on the honor roll in one term. So I know the structure of school is never going to be good for me. So it's just not one carte blanche answer. Parents out there, know who your kids are and support who they are. That's my answer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is it for me. That is a wrap. We had a great show. Woo, I think we had a lot of great shows these days, man. I'm going to miss having our show Wednesday, Thursday. Like I said, I will be in New York, but we will do lives. I will be back in the studio Friday to make sure you have your Friday and weekend shows. So do not worry, just 2 days of lives. But y'all have been asking me for lives, so you'll get lives for the next 2 days. All right. People who are listening on podcasts, go over to YouTube. You will not have any podcast recorded episodes for 2 days, but make sure you check us out on YouTube. All right. Before I let you go, just want to remind you guys to sign up to memberships, vlogs, exclusive videos. We'll give you some exclusive content even in New York. So make sure you sign up for memberships. You got the link below. It's the first thing in the description, or you might see on the top somewhere, join our memberships, sign up. All right. That's the first thing. Second of all, don't forget to sign up for Aura. Even if you've bought even just one thing online, your information is out there. Link below, QR code beside me. Aura could take all your information and wipe it off the internet and give you a clean slate. Make sure you sign up. Just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. For those who like to listen on podcast platforms, we are available on every single one possible. Just go to any site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. Just like YouTube, we upload daily. All right. Now, vice versa, for those who are like me and like to watch video, go over to YouTube, I'm ahead of myself here. Type in Trend Out Loud on YouTube. The show will pop up. 5 things I'm going to need you to do. Hit the subscribe button. That's where the hit comes from. Hit that like button. Get that algorithming. Please comment below. I do the show with you. I record, get some conversations going. If you guys don't comment, I'm here talking by myself. So please try to comment below. For those of you who don't want to comment on the conversations, totally understand that. No pressure. Please just try to let me know where you're watching from. This is a global podcast, and I love to see the country and city that you are watching from. 4, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it really helps in growing the channel, and that's what we're here to do. And 5, like I said earlier, sign up for memberships. We have really fun, exclusive content for y'all, okay? What else? For those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And finally, speaking about Instagram, please try to follow us on the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. I am working very, very hard on that page, giving you guys all the latest breaking information. Like I told you, the first page, the first show to break the Young Miami letter and story. I literally have that in writing, like, yo, Trent, you were the first one. Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned, working hard on that. And like I always say, every show, for my like real loyal listeners, it gives you a glimpse on what the show is going to be about. You'll see the full story, you see the full videos. Here, for copyright reasons, I can't, play the whole video. I can't read the whole things. You guys can see everything that's going on, get my opinion on it, and then I hand it off over to you to comment below, all right? Building the community, man. I love y'all. So this is it. I will see you in New York on lives, man. I'm going to miss y'all here in the studio, but I'll see you live from NYC, 500 Pearl Street. Diddy, what up? I'm out, man. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.